The further teachings of Lao Tzu, 95. Lao Tzu said, "A drum does not conceal sound, so it can have sound. A mirror does not obliterate form, so it can have form. Chimes have sound, but they do not ring unless they move. Wind instruments have music, but they do not make any sound unless someone blows into them. Therefore, sages are concealed within and do not make any pitch for others. When things come up, they manage them, and when people come to them, they respond. The activity of nature does not cease. Coming to an end, it starts over again. Therefore, it can go on perpetually. When a wheel has a place to turn, it can thereby travel far. The activity of nature is one, without deviation, therefore it has no error. When the energy of heaven descends and the energy of earth ascends, yin and yang commune and myriad beings are equal. When enlightened people are in charge of affairs, petty people disappear. This is the way of heaven and earth. If the energy of heaven does not descend and the energy of earth does not ascend, then yin and yang do not commune, and myriad beings do not flourish. Petty people gain power and enlightened people disappear. The 5 grains do not produce, and the virtue of the way is inwardly concealed. The way of heaven is to reduce what is much to add to what is little. The way of earth is to decrease what is high to augment what is low. The way of ghosts and spirits is to make the excessive haughty and give to the humble. The way of humanity is not to give to those who have much. The way of sages is humility that no one can overmaster. When the sky is light and the sun is bright, then it can illumine the 4 quarters. When the rulers are illumined and the ministers are enlightened, the land is at peace. When a land has these 4 kinds of light, then it can last a long time. Light means illumination of civilization. The way of heaven is a pattern. The way of earth is a design. Unity harmonizes them. Time works for them, thereby developing myriad beings. This is called the way. The great way is even and not far from oneself. Cultivate it in yourself, and that virtue is real. Cultivate it in others, and that virtue is endless. Heaven covers myriad beings, distributing its blessings to nurture them. It gives and does not take, so the vital spirit returns to it. Giving without taking is higher virtue. Therefore, in the endowment of virtue, there is no height higher than heaven, and no depth lower than a marsh. Heaven is high, marshes are low. Sages take this as a model whereby the noble and the base have order, and the land is settled. Earth supports myriad beings and matures them. It gives and takes, so the bones return to it. Giving and taking is lower virtue. Lower virtue is not mindless of virtue, so it has no virtue. Earth is stable because it receives from heaven. When the earth is stable, myriad beings form. When the earth broad, myriad beings gather. Being stable, it supports all. Being broad, it accommodates all. With the formation of the earth deep and thick, water springs enter into it and collect. With the extent of the earth wide and vast, it can last forever. Sages take this as a model whereby virtue accommodates all. When negative energy is blocked by positive energy, all beings flourish. When positive energy returns from negative energy, all beings are at peace. When beings flourish, all thrive. When beings are at peace, all are happy. When beings are happy, they are orderly. When negativity injures beings, positivity is naturally constrained. When negativity advances and positivity recedes, petty people gain power and enlightened people flee harm. The way of nature is thus. When positive energy is active, myriad beings are relaxed and find their places. Therefore, sages follow the way of positivity. Those who go along with others find that others go along with them. Those who oppose others find that others oppose them. Therefore, the true nature of beings is not lost. When the ponds and lakes are full, myriad beings develop regularly. When the ponds and lakes dry up, myriad beings pass away like flowers. If the rains do not come, the land is devastated. Positive energy rises and then descends, so it is the master of myriad beings. It does not exist forever, so it can end and then begin again, and thus can continue perpetually. Because it can continue perpetually, it is the mother of the world. Positive energy can be dispersed only after it has accumulated. Negative energy can exert influence only after it has built up. Nothing can exert force without having been accumulated and built up. Therefore, sages are careful about what they accumulate. When positivity erases negativity, all beings are robust. When negativity erases positivity, all beings decline. Therefore, when leaders esteem the positive way, then beings thrive. When they esteem the negative way, then beings do not develop. If rulers are not humble to their subjects, the influence of their virtue will not be effective. Therefore, when rulers are humble to their subjects, they are lucid and clear, and when they are not humble to their subjects, they are blind and deaf. When the sun emerges over the horizon, beings grow. When the true leaders preside over the populace, they illumine the virtues of the way thereby. When the sun goes down below the horizon, beings rest. When petty people preside over the populace, everyone runs and hides. When thunder stirs, myriad beings open up. When rain falls, myriad beings relax. The activities of great people have some resemblance to this. The movements of yin and yang have constant measures. The actions of great people do not exhaust anyone or anything. When thunder stirs the earth, myriad beings go easy. When the wind shakes the trees, plants and trees are damaged. When great people leave evil and take to good, the populace does not move away. Therefore, the populace has something to leave and something to take to. They leave extremes and take to what reduces troubles. If air does not move, fire does not come forth. If great people do not speak, small people have nothing to go on. Fire depends on fuel. The words of great people must have truth. When there is truth in reality, where can one go and not be successful? When the water of the rivers is deep, soil remains in the mountains. When a hill is high, its base goes down to the depths. When yang energy is full, it turns into yin. When yin energy is full, it turns into yang. Therefore, desires should not be completely fulfilled. Pleasure should not be taken to extremes. When you say nothing vicious in anger and show no sign in wrath, this is called strategic success. Fire flees upward, water flows downward. The way of sages is sought by similitude. If rulers rely on the positive, the world is in harmony. If rulers rely on the negative, the world sinks and drowns.